In the depths of the human mind lies a complex labyrinth of thoughts, a ceaseless stream of consciousness that shapes our perception of the world and our place within it. Among this intricate network of mental processes, there exists a persistent force that can ensnare us in its grasp, leading us down a spiral of relentless overthinking. This insidious habit, often born out of anxiety and fear, can consume our thoughts, cloud our judgment, and hinder our ability to find peace and tranquility. Overthinking manifests itself in a multitude of ways, each as debilitating as the next. It can manifest as the incessant replaying of past mistakes, a relentless worry about future events, or an obsessive rumination on insignificant details. It can trap us in a perpetual state of self-doubt, constantly questioning our decisions and scrutinizing our every move. The grip of overthinking can tighten its hold, transforming our thoughts into a relentless tormentor, whispering doubts and amplifying fears. The consequences of overthinking are far-reaching and profound. It can rob us of our present moment, preventing us from fully engaging with life's experiences. It can drain our energy, leaving us feeling exhausted and depleted. It can erode our self-esteem, fostering feelings of inadequacy and self-loathing. And in its most severe form, overthinking can lead to anxiety disorders, depression, and even physical health problems. The grip of overthinking is a formidable opponent, but it is not invincible. With awareness, understanding, and the right strategies, we can break free from its shackles and reclaim control over our thoughts. By recognizing the triggers that fuel overthinking, identifying the negative thought patterns that perpetuate it, and adopting mindfulness practices to cultivate inner peace, we can embark on a journey towards liberation from this mental prison. The path to freedom from overthinking may not be easy, but it is a journey worth embarking upon. By shedding the chains of relentless rumination, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, a world where we can embrace the present moment, live with greater authenticity, and experience the profound joy of inner peace. As we embark on our journey to liberate ourselves from the grip of overthinking, it is crucial to identify the triggers that fuel this relentless cycle of mental chatter. Understanding the catalysts that spark overthinking empowers us to anticipate and manage them, preventing them from spiraling into a vortex of anxiety and self-doubt. One of the most common triggers of overthinking is uncertainty. The fear of the unknown, the anxiety of anticipating potential negative outcomes, can easily ensnare our thoughts in a web of what-ifs and maybes. We may find ourselves replaying past mistakes, dreading future events, or endlessly analyzing insignificant details, all in an attempt to gain control over the uncontrollable. Another potent trigger of overthinking is perfectionism. The relentless pursuit of flawless performance, the fear of making mistakes, and the constant striving for unattainable ideals can lead to a vicious cycle of overthinking. We may become excessively critical of ourselves, dwelling on every perceived imperfection and ruminating on ways to achieve an impossible standard of perfection. External stressors can also serve as triggers, amplifying our tendency to overthink. Financial difficulties, relationship problems, work-related pressures, and personal challenges can all contribute to a heightened state of anxiety, making us more susceptible to overthinking's grip. We may find ourselves replaying stressful conversations, worrying about potential consequences, or struggling to relax due to the weight of external pressures. Identifying our personal triggers is a crucial step in breaking free from the cycle of overthinking. By becoming aware of the situations, thoughts, and emotions that ignite this mental chatter, we can begin to develop strategies for managing them effectively. Within the labyrinth of our minds resides an unruly creature, a relentless chatterbox known as the overthinking monkey. This mischievous primate incessantly swings from branch to branch, weaving a tangled web of thoughts that can ensnare us in a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. Taming this overactive monkey requires patience, understanding, and a toolbox of effective strategies. One of the most powerful tools in our arsenal is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing our attention to the present moment without judgment or criticism. By focusing on our breath, our surroundings, or our sensations, we can gently disengage from the whirlwind of overthinking and cultivate a sense of inner calm. Mindfulness exercises, such as meditation and mindful breathing, can be incredibly effective in taming the overthinking monkey. As we train our minds to observe our thoughts without judgment, we begin to recognize the overthinking monkey's antics, allowing us to step back and choose how we respond. Another effective strategy is to challenge the negative thought patterns that fuel overthinking. We often fall into the trap of believing our thoughts are reality, but in truth, they are just interpretations of our experiences. By questioning the validity of our negative thoughts, we can begin to break their hold on us. Cognitive restructuring, a technique developed by cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, provides a framework for challenging negative thoughts. By identifying the distorted thinking patterns that underlie our overthinking, we can learn to reframe them in a more balanced and realistic way. Journaling can also be a valuable tool in taming the overthinking monkey. By putting our thoughts onto paper, we can gain a clearer perspective on them, identifying patterns and triggers that may not have been apparent before. Journaling can also serve as a release valve for pent-up emotions, allowing us to process difficult experiences in a healthy way. When the overthinking monkey becomes particularly boisterous, taking breaks from rumination can be helpful. Engaging in activities that we enjoy, such as spending time in nature, exercising, or connecting with loved ones, can provide a much-needed respite from the mental chatter. Finally, cultivating self-compassion is essential in taming the overthinking monkey. We often become our own harshest critics, fueling overthinking with self-judgment and self-doubt. Instead, we need to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, recognizing that everyone overthinks from time to time. Taming the overthinking monkey is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when it seems like the chatter is unstoppable, and there will be days when we find ourselves effortlessly navigating the labyrinth of our minds. The key is to be patient with ourselves, to recognize our progress, and to continue practicing the strategies that have worked for us. Overthinking, like any other habit, can be broken with consistent effort and the right strategies. Just as we learn to walk, talk, and ride a bike, we can learn to manage our thoughts and break free from the overthinking cycle. One of the most effective approaches to breaking the habit of overthinking is to identify and challenge the underlying cognitive distortions that fuel it. These distortions are patterns of thinking that lead us to misinterpret situations and draw inaccurate conclusions, often resulting in negative emotions and excessive worry. Common cognitive distortions include all or nothing thinking. This distortion involves viewing situations in extremes, with no room for gray areas. For instance, someone who overthinks might label a minor mistake as a complete failure. Mind reading. This distortion involves assuming we know what others are thinking or feeling, often without any evidence. For example, someone who overthinks might assume their colleagues are judging them negatively. Overgeneralization. This distortion involves drawing broad conclusions based on a single event or limited evidence. For instance, someone who overthinks might conclude that they are always going to make mistakes after one misstep. Discounting the positive. This distortion involves focusing on the negative aspects of a situation while ignoring or downplaying the positive ones. For example, someone who overthinks might dwell on a small criticism while overlooking numerous compliments. By identifying and challenging these cognitive distortions, we can begin to break the cycle of overthinking and develop more balanced and realistic thought patterns. Another effective strategy is to practice thought substitution. This involves replacing negative or unhelpful thoughts with more positive and realistic ones. When a negative thought arises, we consciously choose to replace it with a more balanced and objective perspective. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail this presentation," we can replace it with, "I've prepared well and I'll do my best." Or, instead of dwelling on a past mistake, we can reframe it as a learning opportunity. Thought substitution may seem challenging at first, but with practice, it becomes easier to identify negative thoughts and replace them with more constructive ones. Finally, it is important to develop healthy coping mechanisms to manage stress and anxiety, which often trigger overthinking. Engaging in regular exercise, practicing relaxation techniques, and maintaining a healthy sleep schedule can significantly reduce stress levels and make it easier to manage overthinking tendencies. Breaking the habit of overthinking requires a combination of self-awareness, effort, and patience. It is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process that requires consistent attention and practice. However, with dedication and the right strategies, we can learn to tame our thoughts, cultivate inner peace, and live more fulfilling lives. The present moment is a precious gift, a fleeting opportunity to experience life in all its richness and beauty. Yet, we often allow our minds to wander to the past, filled with regrets and missed opportunities, or to the future, consumed by worries and anxieties. In doing so, We miss out on the present moment, the only moment that truly exists. Embracing the present moment is not about ignoring the past or the future. It is about acknowledging their presence while not allowing them to dictate our current experience. It is about focusing on what is happening right now, on the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations that surround us. When we are fully present in the moment, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We become more attuned to our surroundings, more connected to our bodies, and more aware of our thoughts and emotions. We also become more compassionate towards ourselves and others. There are many ways to cultivate mindfulness and embrace the present moment. One simple practice is to focus on your breath. As you inhale, notice the air entering your nostrils and filling your lungs. As you exhale, feel the air leaving your body. Simply observe your breath without judgment or expectation. Another helpful practice is to pay attention to your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch in this moment? Notice the details of your surroundings, the colors of the sky, the sounds of birds chirping, the texture of your clothes against your skin. You can also practice mindfulness during everyday activities. When you are washing dishes, focus on the feeling of the water on your hands, the sound of the soap bubbles, the smell of the detergent. When you are eating, savor the taste of the food, the texture in your mouth, the aroma of the dish. As you begin to practice mindfulness, you may notice that your mind wanders. This is perfectly normal. When you catch yourself thinking about the past or the future, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Don't judge yourself for getting distracted. Simply acknowledge your thoughts and refocus your attention. With regular practice, you will find it easier to stay present in the moment. You will notice that you are less reactive to stress and anxiety, and that you have more energy and enthusiasm for life. You will also find that you are more connected to yourself and others, and that you are able to appreciate the simple joys of life. Embracing the present moment is not always easy. It requires effort and discipline, but the rewards are well worth it. A life lived in the present moment is a life full of peace, joy, and connection. Inner peace is a state of tranquility and serenity that arises from within. It is a state of being that is not dependent on external circumstances. It is a feeling of calmness, contentment, and acceptance. Inner peace is a valuable pursuit, as it can lead to a number of benefits, including reduced stress and anxiety, improved mood and well-being, increased self-awareness and acceptance, greater resilience in the face of challenges, enhanced creativity and problem-solving skills, stronger relationships with others. There are many ways to cultivate inner peace. Some of the most effective methods include mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. This can be done through meditation, yoga, or simply by taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath and your surroundings. Gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of focusing on the good things in your life. This can be done by keeping a gratitude journal, taking time each day to appreciate the things you are grateful for, or simply by saying thank you to the people who make your life better. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when you make mistakes. This can be done by talking to yourself the way you would talk to a friend, forgiving yourself for your mistakes and accepting yourself for who you are. Helping others. Helping others is a great way to cultivate inner peace. This can be done by volunteering your time, donating to charity, or simply being kind and compassionate to others. Spending time in nature. Spending time in nature has been shown to have a number of benefits for mental and physical health, including reducing stress and anxiety, improving mood and boosting creativity, living a healthy lifestyle, eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep can all help to improve your mental and physical health, which can in turn make it easier to cultivate inner peace. Cultivating inner peace takes time and effort. There will be days when you feel more stressed and anxious than others, but if you are patient and persistent, you will eventually find the inner peace you are seeking. The journey towards liberating ourselves from the grip of overthinking is not a sprint, but a marathon, a path of continuous self-discovery and mindful exploration. As we navigate the labyrinth of our thoughts, we must embrace patience, compassion, and a willingness to learn from our experiences. With each step we take, we chip away at the walls of overthinking, creating more space for calmness, clarity, and inner peace. We learn to recognize the triggers that ensnare us to challenge the negative thought patterns that fuel our anxiety, and to cultivate the tools of mindfulness that allow us to break free from the cycle of relentless rumination. As we progress, we uncover the hidden treasures that lie within us, the resilience to face challenges, the creativity to find solutions, and the compassion to embrace ourselves and others with understanding. We discover that overthinking, once our nemesis, can become a source of self-awareness, a catalyst for personal growth. The path to liberation from overthinking is not a straight line, but a winding road filled with unexpected turns and hidden gems. It is a journey of self-discovery, a testament to our strength and resilience. And as we continue to walk this path, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, a world where we can truly live in the present moment, experience life to the fullest, and embrace the profound joy of inner peace.